everyone, and welcome back to the Football Fignuts podcast. This is the 22nd episode of the 9th season, the 372nd overall episode. We are back. My name is Britt.
My name is Craig.
And Craig and I took a nice long vacation after a very long season. We took a couple weeks off after the Super Bowl, but we are well rested. We are back here to talk about off-season football things. But let's start with Craig. We haven't chatted because we've both been, doing crazy stuff. How the hell are you?
Here I'm doing. How are you?
I am grateful the season is over. Is that terrible to say?
I mean, no, you say that every year.
I do, but I feel it even stronger in my bones this year. This season felt like an eternity. Maybe it's because my team was bad. Maybe it's because, I had such a bad year with DFS. I actually broke even on DFS this year, and that's one of the worst years I've ever had. We've been doing this podcast for 9 years. We've never had a losing year on DFS. But this year I came close. I came close.
Well, you did okay in fantasy, though, like season long, didn't you?
I did really well in fantasy. I finished second in one league. I finished third in the Twitch streamer league. Mm-hmm. I got knocked out by Bofer, whose team just caught fire. It was one of those. His team was good. Don't get me wrong when I say this. His team was like 10-5, okay. But it was like, okay, you got to 10-5, good for you. And then his team just steamrolled. It was one of those teams that just caught fire in the playoffs. So there was that. I finished. Yeah, I was a semifinalist. I was semifinalist in 2 leagues. Did I win a league? No, I was.
I don't know. Did you?
I don't. No, I don't think I won a league. I think the only league I didn't make the playoffs in was the Podcasters League. So, I don't even know how I finished there. So, but anyway, so we're doing all right. But let's get back to it then. Let's start where we always start. What are you drinking tonight?
So tonight I already poured it in a glass. I have a German style Pilsner from Reverie Brewing called Terrain Tonic. And if you like lagers, this is very good. No, I actually found it in a store.
Oh, really?
Nice.
They have been distributing a little bit more wide lately. So
I found it at Al's Warehouse.
Al's in Fairfield is still there?
Yeah, next to Staples. Yes.
That place was so hit or miss with their craft beer.
They have a much wider. Yeah, they have a much wider selection now.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah,
that's good. I mean, there was a period of time where they were bringing in craft beers like crazy, and then there was a period of time where they were like, "You want craft beer? Two Roads is over in the corner." And I'm like, dude, Two Roads is 5 minutes from here. I can go to Two Roads if I want Two Roads. I can you got anything else that you could, No, I'm okay. So I'm glad to hear that they're making a comeback. Moving to Milford, I'm relatively spoiled. Our liquor stores out here, for the most part, are very, very competitive with the craft beer scene. So we have the gigantic one, Total. That's massive. Yep. And then we have the smaller one that's over by our Big Y, Wines and More, I think it's called. My wife calls it Wines because they put an exclamation point after the first word. So it's Wines and More.
Yep.
Which
and
is
I like
weird,
I like Silverbrook. They have a lot too.
Silverbrook.
They're on the
Orange?
Yeah, right on the border of Milford and Orange there. On the post
oh my God, that's the place. That's the place I've been meaning to talk to you about. You've been there before then. Okay.
Oh yeah. I've been there several times.
They have an entire like big tall column shelf of something Japanese and flavored, like right inside the door. I'm not sure if it's
their
wine.
Sake section.
It is sake. Okay.
Yep.
Every time I walk by it, I'm like, I got to tell Craig about this. I know Craig loves sake. And Craig,
they have
for those who don't know Craig well,
they have carbonated sake. Oh, it's delicious.
Yeah, for those who don't know Craig well, Craig loves Japanese food and culture.
I do.
Loves it.
I do.
So, he kept the Japanese stand at our local mall in business while he worked there for several years. So, it's so when I see something like that in Japanese whiskey, I bought you a really nice Japanese whiskey one year for Christmas.
Good. Yep.
That was, I didn't get a chance. It was so good. I didn't get a chance to try it because it just didn't last long enough. You don't know anybody. Apology for that. But tonight I am drinking an Open Portals from Dudleytown Brewing.
Hey, you know what? I had one of those with dinner.
And you
which I also got at Al's.
you posted on our podcasters chat a week ago
Yes.
that you had it. And so when I saw it this past week, I think it was Friday, I went to go pick up beer and I saw it. Where was I? I was at Wines. I saw it. I was like, yeah, I'm getting myself some open portals. I got to have some open portals. So
Now, did you,
yeah.
I don't remember. Did you like that one more, or did you like open portals more, or did you like ghost more? I don't remember.
Open portals, I definitely liked more. I like hazy IPAs. I like juicy IPAs. I love IPAs made with Citra. But I'm not a huge fan of the over tropical ones. So yeah. I mean, it depends. I can when I have a beer like that, I can have one or two, but that's it. And then I'm like, no, I don't want to do this again. So, I tried one this weekend that was really sensational. Pardon me for a minute. I'm going to look it up on my Untapped. I think I sent it to the group too. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I tried one this past week, and it was just so good. No, don't sort by date. How do I sort by date? Here we go. Newest to oldest. Periwinkle by Tox Brewing.
I think I've seen that. Or you put it in the chat. That's yeah.
I did. And I pulled a Craig. I saw the can art, and the can art was absolutely like beautiful. It looks like it's a hooded figure walking through a cemetery with a staff with a skull on it. Maybe it's supposed to be death, maybe it's not, but they're walking through a cemetery in winter, and it just grabbed my attention. And I was like, now I'm reading the can, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is something I would drink. So I ended up picking up a 4-pack of it, and that was a little tropically, but it was very good. So if you see it, I think you would very much like it. But yeah. Oh gosh, I'm yawning already. It's been a busy day. All right, let's get on to burning hot takes. Would you like to give or would you like to receive?
I guess I'll give.
How about it?
So because it's the off season, so now everyone's gonna leave, get cut, whatever. But one of the bigger free agents is going to be a man named Kirk Cousins. He is likely going to no longer be a Falcon after they gave him like $500 million.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think with the money that is required to sign him, do you think he's going to go anywhere?
Yes. He will clear waivers. He will get cut. He will clear waivers because no one wants to pay that. And then he will sign where he wants to sign. As a matter of fact, I would not be surprised if he and his agent have already talked to teams, have already started talking about
but
what it would cost to bring him there.
Yeah, I didn't look at the cap numbers, but like, is his new team going to be required to cover part of what he's owed, or is that still on the Falcons?
Not if he clears waivers. If he clears waivers, the Falcons are only responsible for the dead cap money, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But after that, the contract is essentially void. If someone picks him up off of waivers, they have to honor the contract. So no one will touch him because he's not worth the money that he signed for. No one will touch this contract. He'll clear waivers, and then he will sign as a free agent somewhere. So that's my prediction. And actually, you kind of got to an interesting place because that is number 2 on our list of stories today is major offseason quarterback shakeups, and Kirk Cousins' name leads the pack. Here's what we know. There is, and I'm getting ahead of us on this, but I'll explain the rationale later. There's as many as 10 teams that are going to be looking for a starting quarterback this year, either on a regular basis or on a temporary basis. And there are a bunch of names out there. Well, not really a bunch, but there's 3 big ones in Cousins, Tua Tagovailoa, and Geno Smith. They're all going to be looking for new teams this year. Now, when you say big names, they're not really great names at this point in their careers, but they are the biggest names in the market in a year where there's not a lot of availability and there's going to be a higher amount of demand. So will Cousins get more money than he should? Absolutely, because he's going to be the best prospect in a very thin class where there's high demand. But no one's going to pick him up there. What are your thoughts on the Kirk Cousins situation?
Yeah, out of those three names and another name that I saw that keeps coming up in rumors, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Out of those,
He's retired.
he said he might come out, rumors that he might come out of retirement to play for a winning team, allegedly.
Okay, so there's the problem. Derek Carr, if you take a winning team and you put Derek Carr on it, you risk it still being a winning team.
Yeah. Well, Derek unless he's a backup.
Good, guys.
Would you want Derek Carr as your backup?
I would take him as my backup, but is he going to come out of retirement to back up?
Well, a blank check can do a lot of things. So.
Wild.
Out of all the teams,
so your thoughts on them?
Out of all the teams, it would not shock me if the Jets aren't smart enough. The Jets should sign Kirk Cousins, sorry. They should sign Cousins, but I don't think the Jets are smart enough to do that. Yeah.
I'm going to predict that the Jets will sign Tua.
You think so?
Because it makes no sense to do it. And
or they sign Carr.
Or they sign Carr. That's a possibility too. That's absolutely a possibility. I don't know. I just and when we get into the main topic, you'll understand why I can't give you more information on when I say 10 quarterbacks. I'm not out here making claims that I can't back up, folks. We already had that in the United States with the State of the Union yesterday. So, but I'll explain why I'm not going into more detail there when we get to the main story. So, all right, mine for you. As you mentioned, we are in the off season, and when we are in the off season, any topic is open for discussion. And usually we try to venture outside of football once in a while. So I saw a meme earlier this week. Okay. A guy on Twitter, because it will always be Twitter to me, did a poll with his followers.
Okay.
I'll paint the scenario. You're alone and a man approaches you, and I want you to tell me which one is less scary.
Okay.
The man is wearing a Star Trek shirt, or the man is wearing a Star Wars shirt.
What color?
Which one would you be?
What color is a Star Trek shirt?
They didn't specify, but I know where you're going with this. It might be red. I don't know. Generally speaking, are you more afraid of the Star Trek nerd or the Star Wars nerd? I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll tell you how this poll ended up.
Afraid,
I know, wary, however you want to put it.
I know both types of people, so
we know a lot of both types.
I feel like I'm neutral. So
okay.
Are they like in full cosplay in Star Wars? Because that'd be kind of cool.
No, I think this is just like a t-shirt, just a branded t-shirt.
Oh, I have those. I guess Star Trek, if he's in a uniform, I guess. If he's
You're less afraid of the Star Trek guy?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I feel very neutral about this question.
That's fair. His followers were not neutral. 92% said they would trust the person in the Star Trek shirt more than the person in the Star Wars shirt.
I don't know. I feel like I need a bigger scenario to answer this correctly.
You need more details. Yeah. No, this is global. There's no shirt color doesn't matter. The height of the person doesn't matter.
What are we doing? Are we just walking by each other? Like, what is,
I think the exact word was you're approached by a stranger wearing this kind of shirt. Which one are you less afraid of? So, all right. So my question to you, break this down based on what we know. Why is the Star Trek guy less scary than the Star Wars guy? Or do you believe the outcome, or what? What are your thoughts on this entire social
experiment?
It's
Twitter again. Yeah, because it's Twitter. Because it's Twitter and the internet, I feel people picked the Star Wars person more because of how toxic a fan base Star Wars has become at times, depending on the topic.
God, yeah.
So I feel like
That's fair.
I feel like that is where it's coming from.
Yeah.
So because I'm sure it happens in Star Trek, but because of all the constant, movies and shows and stuff Disney spit out, it just became a bigger engine for it.
Oh yeah.
But I feel that's why it got voted for. I'm sure it happens with Star Trek too, because hey, I hate Voyager. I won't watch it.
Voyager?
I cannot stand Voyager. It's stupid.
I can't either.
It's dumb. It's dumb. The whole premise is dumb. We're like, yes, we need to get home. Okay, let's zigzag across the galaxy and go in the opposite direction of where we have to go. Oh, hey, we can get home, but we have to turn into space butterflies. Nah, let's not do that. Oh, hey, the Borg is over there. Why don't we just fly right into their homeworld? Like, what are you doing? Just go home. Just go home. Sorry. Went off on a tangent. There you go. I'm done.
and if we're going to go off on the Trek tangent, that ruined the entire... and I know it was a bad movie, but Star Trek Nemesis was a bad movie, but it opens with Admiral Janeway giving direction to Captain Picard.
Yep.
And that's like in the first 5 minutes, and that was it. I shut down. I shut down 5 minutes into that movie. She chased a ship through a hole. She came out the other side like 7 years later with half her crew. Like 4 of them were married, some sort of plant life thing, and they're like, you know what? You're fucking promoted. You only killed half your crew off getting home. Good job.
That's why I want to get the game and just go home in the first 3 missions.
Since Star Trek Voyager to the Beyond playthrough is going to be like 2 hours and 14 minutes till credits.
Yeah.
He's got 2 hours of gameplay and he's got credits. Just get the fuel and start going. Do you want to check out? No, keep going. Sir, we're being hailed by nope. Just keep going. It's going to have it like engraved over the view screen. Just keep going. So DM in our Twitch chat today just points out that Trekkies can have a much more civil conversation than Star Wars fans. And I tend to agree because Craig brought up a great point. Star Wars fans are absolutely volatile when it comes to anything that breaks the canon, the precious canon.
They're very passionate, and then that passion overflows into ridiculousness. So
yes. So let's take a quick example of that. We have had a multitude of Star Wars related series, right? Mm-hmm. In the last couple of years since Disney came into it. The Mandalorian was very well received. Book of Boba Fett, people weren't real great on. The absolute vitriol that came out when The Acolyte came out. The absolute vitriol that came out when they did episodes 7, 8, and 9 was just like, what the hell? You're rewriting a great piece of like sci-fi. Meanwhile, J.J. Abrams, like 10 years before that, said, you know what? We're going to blow all this shit up. I'm going to throw Spock backwards in time and change everything. And Trek fans were like, this is kind of interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, Benedict Cumberbatch can be Khan. Sure. Why not? Okay. Yeah. There is something very protective about the franchise for Star Wars fans that I don't think quite exists in the Star Trek realm, personally.
No, because I think Star Trek fans realize that, well, if you watch Star Trek and you watch the original series, some of them are very bad. Like the episode,
they were so bad.
Then you get to Next Gen, and the first 2 seasons of Next Gen, I don't know how this show continued. It's bad.
First season was unwatchable.
And the second one is not good either.
Not much better. Not much better.
So I think Star Trek fans are more appreciative of the series, I guess, for lack of a better word.
While we're on the postseason side thing about Star Trek, have you watched any Starfleet Academy yet?
I have not, and I heard that the internet hates it, actually. Oh, people like it. The internet doesn't, I should say.
People like it. They're okay. We know I try to stay because I have very strong political opinions. I try to stay as far away from politics as possible. There are certain toad-like subhumans who are actively serving in the U.S. government who shall remain Stephen Miller, who come out and say things like Star Trek is too woke. Someone needs to get William Shatner in here to bring back some sensibility.
Has he never watched Star Trek?
And that woke? Is the reaction from real Trekkies.
Literally watched any episode ever. Even the original series, the first interracial kiss. The domino people that hated each other.
The racial tensions they addressed, the idea of a more blended future, and yes, you're sitting there going, William Shatner needs to come back and save the franchise. William Shatner was part of the first interracial kiss in television history, you dumb motherfucker.
Yes. And with an alien.
Oh. Well, no, he kissed Uhura.
Yes, but I'm saying he also kissed the green chick. So,
Oh, he did. Yeah. It was a salt sucker lady too, or was that Bones tried to kiss the salt sucker lady?
No, that was Bones. Yeah, that was Bones.
Yeah, either way. But by the definition of some people's definition of woke, Trek has always been woke. So, I really actually appreciate it. I've watched, I think, 4 episodes of Star Trek Academy, and I actually have liked the series. I'm not gaga over it, but I've watched 4 episodes and it's holding my interest. So you know what? I do. I understand why Trekkies get the better reputation there. So
yeah.
All right, moving on. So off season means we get to do whatever the hell we want, like spend 20 minutes talking about beer and Star Trek. I said, you know what? I've kind of tuned out from the NFL since the Super Bowl. Before we go into that, let me just ask you, did you watch the Super Bowl this year? I know you were on the fence. You were kind of like burnt out and just didn't feel like doing it. Did you actually watch the game?
I had it on. I mostly watched it.
Thoughts?
It played out the way I thought it would.
Okay. Yep. Same.
It's pretty clear the Patriots were not ready for it, like overall.
Not ready for primetime players.
The left side of their offensive line were rookies, and that clearly showed.
Oh,
their quarterback is
offensive line.
Wait, was he? He's not a rookie. Was Drake May a rookie this year, or was that last
year? Second year.
Okay,
he's in his second year.
He just got beat up, and I'm thrilled for Sam Darnold. Came full circle. So good for him.
I'm on board with all of that. I was when you watch a game when you watch the Super Bowl and the most talked about part of the Super Bowl is the halftime show. You didn't watch a really great game. The end. I mean, you didn't watch a really great game. So I think that's a huge part of it. And I know that the halftime show was over politicized. People don't know that Puerto Rico is a part of the United States. That's a whole nother fucking thing. People learn to read a map. So I thought the Bad Bunny halftime show was okay. It's fine. It was a nice celebration of his home area's culture in Puerto Rico. I wasn't offended by it. I wasn't offended by the fact that he sang in Spanish, all that fun stuff. But nobody went online the next day and went, what a great Super Bowl ruined by this halftime show. All anybody said was Bad Bunny's Super Bowl show was terrible. The end.
I mean,
the commercials weren't even good this year. There was nothing notable about this game.
No. I feel like the Super Bowls have been like that the last few. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like in general, halftime shows in general are never like good,
So let me ask you this. When was a halftime show you can remember? I can remember Tom Petty's halftime show being good.
Yeah, see, I honestly don't remember. Like they're so.
The Shakira halftime was decent.
Yeah, that's because she's Shakira. So she,
That was the night that Sean's wife found out that Sean had a thing for Shakira. Oh my God. Our contributor Sean has always loved Shakira. He, everybody has that one person who's like, I would drop my world for this person walked up to my door and said, follow me into oblivion. I would say, see you later and walk out. And Shakira is that person for him. And his wife had no idea. And I'm wondering, someone's like, oh yeah, there's only one person in the universe he would leave you for. And she's on the TV screen right now. And she looked at me like, are you fucking serious? And I'm like, yes, everybody has that person.
Yeah.
Everybody has that person. Not me, of course. I would never leave my wife. But everybody has that person. Sean just happens to be Shakira.
Yeah.
So that was a decent halftime show. Yeah, I mean, I'm struggling.
That year they had, Dr. Dre and Snoop were on.
That was a good halftime show, but
I just think the Super Bowl for like performing and singing, or quote unquote singing, because we're lip syncing.
Yeah.
Like it's just not built. The Super Bowl is not built for that. Like stadiums aren't built for that. So I don't know. It's just kind of it's Super Bowl. The halftime show is when everyone just starts drinking and eating more, and no one really pays attention to it.
So the Michael Jackson show in 1993 had a huge audience. The Usher show in 2024 had a huge audience. I'm looking at the list of. By the way, quick Super Bowl trivia. If you ever want to win a beer at like an NFL trivia night, ask the question, what group holds the record for most Super Bowl halftime appearances?
Oh.
And it's the California performing group known as Up With People. They did like 7 of them, starting with Super Bowl 10. When nobody wanted to go to the fucking Super Bowl. Super Bowl 14 was in the Rose Bowl in 1980. The halftime show was Up With People and Grambling State University Marching Band.
Yeah, so they just had, marching bands and cheerleaders. Wait.
Yes,
hold the phone. Hold the phone. I just saw this.
Hold the phone. Yes. Breaking news.
Bob Woods is retiring from the NFL. Bobby Trees.
Bobby Trees can't retire. He's immortal.
13 years. He's done. He signed a 1-day contract with the Rams this past Tuesday.
Okay, we have a problem here.
Yep.
As we sidetrack from our sidetrack, we have a problem here because we don't have any more studios to name after him. You broadcast from the Blake Bortles Memorial Studio. Yep. I broadcast from the Frank Gore Memorial Studio.
Yep.
Where the hell are we going to do the Robert Woods Memorial Studio?
He's going to have to go with Cinch.
It's either Cinch or Sean, right? I mean...
Yeah, I would say Cinch just because he's on more.
Okay. We'll call Cinch and we'll let him know. Back to the Super Bowl stuff. Just so you know, there's been some odd ones. 1987, Super Bowl 21, the halftime show was headlined by George Burns and Mickey Rooney.
I'm gonna look that up now.
I shit you not.
I could watch that.
Super Bowl 20. I would watch it too. Super Bowl 24 in 1990. The headliner was the Nicholls State University Marching Band with special guest Pete Fountain, Doug Kershaw, and Irma Thomas. I don't know who any of those people are. Here you go. This one might be the worst one of all time. Super Bowl 25, 1991, in Tampa, Florida, the Small World tribute featured New Kids on the Block, a group of Disney characters, and Warren Moon.
Oh, man.
Good luck, everybody. Good luck. It was 1993 when they brought in Michael Jackson, when they actually started to get like real names. Like Michael Jackson did 93. 94 was a tribute to country. It was Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, and the Judds. 1995, Patti LaBelle, Tony Bennett, and the Miami Sound Machine did an Indiana Jones tribute. But then it was Diana Ross, the Blues Brothers, Boys to Men with Smokey Robinson, Gloria Estefan with Stevie Wonder. Yeah, I mean, it started to get actually pretty good. And then we got into the early 2000s, and that's when they were like, no, seriously, we have to have a lot of good players here. So U2, Shania Twain with No Doubt. That's when Sting made a special appearance. Of course, there's Super Bowl 38 on 2004, which was the infamous Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson incident. And just a reminder, after 2004, that's when they were like, okay, no more edgy stuff. 2005 was Paul McCartney. 2006 was the Rolling Stones. 2007 was Prince. 2008 was Tom Petty. and 2009 was Bruce Springsteen. So with the exception of Prince, they basically said, get every old milquetoast white man you can find, and they're going to headline the Super Bowl. Now, it changed a little bit in the 2010s because, well, no, it didn't, because 2010 was The Who, and then it was 2011, they brought in the Black Eyed Peas, and all of a sudden it started to loosen up a little bit again. But, like, yeah, that's where you really start to see real names headline these events. Yeah, so Coldplay, Gaga, Justin Timberlake, Maroon 5. Yeah, and just a reminder, Bad Bunny actually appeared in the Super Bowl for this. He was in Super Bowl 54. So, yeah. Matt says we should look up the story about when they started to go all out in the halftime show. We will have to take a look at that. So, all right. Anyway, so that's our Super Bowl post coverage there. All right, really quick, because we're already running out of time. I mean, we're not out of time, but we're close. So, during our off season, we like to do stupid shit. And so I said, you know what? Craig and I have been pretty much asleep the last 3 or 4 weeks. Hey, co-pilot, what's the 5 biggest stories of the NFL since the Super Bowl happened? And co-pilot said, I'm glad you asked. Here they are. Number 2 was off-season quarterback shakeups, which we already talked about. We talked about Kirk Cousins, but that's why I just kind of was like, okay, there's 10 openings. Why do I think there's 10 openings? Because co-pilot told me there is. Is it true? I don't know. Does it matter? So I was going to go really quickly over the other 4 areas and just get Craig's thoughts. And the first one is the aftermath of the Super Bowl, with Seattle dominating 29-13 and strong performances by Sam Darnold and Kenneth Walker III, the rookie from Seattle, by the way. Are we looking at the next great dynasty in the NFL?
No, I'm not. No, because people move around too much now in the NFL. So I don't. Are they going to be good next year? I mean, probably. Is it a dynasty? No.
Nothing is a dynasty after one Super Bowl win. Period. Nothing.
And as of right now, as of now, February 25th, if nothing changes by March 11th, Kenneth Walker III may not even be a Seahawk anymore. So.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. So, yeah, you cannot talk dynasty after one Super Bowl win. A Super Bowl win and a Super Bowl appearance back to back. Okay, we could talk about that. 2 wins in like 3 or 4 years. Okay, and that's what the Chiefs did. The Chiefs made like 3 straight Super Bowls and won 2 of them. And I was like, oh, this is a dynasty. Now, since then, they're 0-1 in the Super Bowl, and this year they didn't even make the playoffs. So,
hey, you know,
dynasties.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another quick someone who might excite you being a free agent. You ready for this name?
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be.
I'm ready.
Maybe he'll be a Chief.
Hopefully not.
The answer is Mike Evans.
Oh God, no.
He's going to be a free agent.
Wait. Mike Evans is exactly what the Chiefs need. A guy who streaks down the sideline and catches half his passes. That's actually that's an upgrade. That's a big upgrade. Oh my God. The universe would do that just to fuck with me. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I have done nothing but bash Mike Evans on this podcast for, what is it, like 7 years now? He's been in the league like 5 or 6, 7 years.
Yep.
I've done nothing but bash him as inconsistent and overrated. So naturally he would end up on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I can see
naturally he would end up on the Chiefs. He's going to go where the money is, and it's not going to be the Chiefs, so it's fine. He's got his ring. He doesn't care about the ring. He wants the money. True. I think he's also injured frequently enough. And here's the thing. Mike Evans isn't one of those guys who's injured all the time, but when he gets hurt, it's never, I'm going to miss a week. I feel like it's always, I'm going to miss 2 or 3.
Yeah, so it's like his hamstring, and then he's out for 2 weeks and then plays half a game and then he's out again. Yeah.
Right. That's what it feels like. When he misses time in chunks. So I think he's acutely aware that he has a time limit at this point. And so I think he's gonna follow the money there. So, all right.
Another quick question: did you realize all the Chiefs running backs are free agents, or could be after March?
Good.
Kareem Hunt, Damian Pierce, and Isaiah Pacheco are all on the list.
Go, all of you, go. All of you, go. half of you can't establish a run game to get Mahomes eligible to run like play action and shit. And the other half of you can't block worth a damn to make sure he can pass the ball when he drops back. So good. All of you go. Bye. Be gone. Be gone. I'd rather sign Barry Sanders than any of you at this point. Any of you. So, all right. Number 2 on the list was the quarterback shakeup, so we can skip that. Number 3 is high profile contract and trade drama. Baltimore is looking to try and lock down Lamar long term, probably because they see the volatility in the quarterback market. But Trent Williams is in a standoff with the San Francisco 49ers.
I feel like
and people are now wondering.
Every time his contract comes up, I feel like he is.
I feel like it's every year too. It just feels like every year he's in some sort of argument with the 49ers. In addition, Brian Thomas Jr. is supposedly being targeted by team, as is Devon Achane, because teams smell Miami going into a full rebuild. Craig, your thoughts? Any of these guys, Trent Williams, Brian Thomas Jr., Devon Achane, any of them you want to trade for if you're out there and looking for help?
I'd have to see how much it would cost, because they're all good at their position, but they all come with question marks. Like Trent Williams has been hurt before. Achane has a concussion history, so they're all talented, but you'd have to think about how many years you want to sign these guys to. I would not sign any of them for more than 3 years.
I when it comes to Brian Thomas, I need to see some consistency. I don't see any consistency out of him that says he can be anything more than a number 2 on any given team. So that drama will unfold. I think Lamar will come to a contract with Baltimore. They'd be foolish to let him walk. They'll come to his number. Not that I've been the biggest Lamar fan, but when you look around at what else is there, he suddenly looks like steak. If you're not a big Lamar guy, which I'm not, he looks way better than anybody else out there. Topic number 4, expansion of the NFL's international footprint. The Jaguars and Commanders will both play in London again this year, and there will be 9 international games, with games being played for the first time ever in, wait for it, Paris, Melbourne, and Rio de Janeiro. Thoughts on that?
Take the unders in all of those games.
Oh my Lord.
Do you realize how far away Australia is on a plane?
It's literally half a world away.
Yeah. And they're going to be, okay, so
literally
Australia's too far away, so take the under. Brazil is full of distractions. Oops. So that's another under. Paris is the same about as London and Germany, so that's fine. But let's take the unders in those games. Actually, right now, take the under in all those games right now.
Are you okay with them doing this though, or is this gonna? Do you have problems with this?
It's still a business for nobody wants to say it is, but that's what it is, and I feel like the NFL can't possibly make any. Well, I'm sure they could, but if you look at the percentages, I don't think they can really make more money in the U.S. I mean, I'm sure it grows X percent every year, but it's a very small percentage. So if they want to make more money, they do need to go other places. But I mean, the players also have to be okay with this, because that's a lot. So
I'm okay with the European games because Europe is like a 7 or 8 hour flight. It's 4 or 5 hours time difference, if not more. I'm not good with time differences. So
Germany's about 6 hours ahead of us.
Right. So I'm okay with that. Rio de Janeiro, north to south, doesn't bother me as much other than the length of the flight. So going to Brazil, I'm not too worried about. Going to Melbourne feels like a tremendously bad idea.
They better have whoever goes better have a bye week the next week.
or the week before. Either way. You know what? Actually, I would want it on the back end.
Yeah.
I would want it on the back end. But you have to understand too that these are guys of habit, and we've talked about this before. These guys are so in habit that you see a statistical difference that is you see a difference when a West Coast team flies to the East Coast for a game. You see a win-loss difference that is statistically significant compared to every other game in the league. Meaning, when West Coast teams fly to the East, they lose at a rate higher than the average visiting team. There have been studies on this. People have done statistical analysis on this. Go on Google and look it up.
Cinch told you.
It happens. Yes. West Coast teams flying east for a 3-hour time difference, it throws them into enough of a disarray that they have trouble. So now we are going to throw them to the other side of the globe in the opposite hemisphere, literally as far away from their home as they can be and still be on planet Earth, and expect this to be good. It's going to be crappy football. No one's going to want to do it.
No.
It's insane. I just, growing the game internationally is fine, but listen, when was the last time we did a game in Canada?
Did we ever?
It's right there.
What was there ever a game in Canada?
I don't know that we've had an international series game in Canada. We've had them in Mexico.
That's weird. Wonder why.
We've had them in Mexico. Half of, and if you talk to people who live in Canada, particularly in the Toronto area, they're Buffalo Bills fans. They're close enough to Buffalo that they're Bills fans. Have the Bills play one game a year in fucking Canada. Ugh, it's just stupid. All right, the last thing, and we gotta get on to final thoughts. Coaching carousel. Jim Schwartz, who was widely considered to be a decent candidate for a head coaching job, ends up signing as the Browns defensive coordinator. Meanwhile, Seahawks have to replace Clint Kubiak after he went to coach the Raiders. My question for you, which one is more disappointing, having to go coach the Browns as a defensive coordinator or leaving a Super Bowl contender as a coordinator to become a head coach of the Raiders? Which is worse?
Where was Clint before?
He was the Seahawks. He's got a ring.
Oh, well, all right. So you already have a ring.
He reinvented Sam Darnold. He
did his job. He helped. He got a ring. He got Sam Darnold a ring. Going to a new team. All right, fine. But, the Browns. That's any Browns job at any level under the owner. Is just terrible. Yeah,
so Kubiak goes to the Raiders, but Jim Schwartz ends up on the Browns. And I'm just like, I don't feel good for either of these guys.
No, the Browns. It's definitely the Browns.
The Raiders are such a tire fire.
They are, but now what's going to happen is, like, slowly Tom Brady's just going to take over the team, blah, blah, blah. Everyone's going to love the Raiders. The Browns are always going to be the Browns, no matter what.
And there's already murmurs that the NFL is like turning a blind eye to Tom Brady's involvement with the Raiders because he's also a broadcaster, which means there's rules that prohibit how involved he can be with the team.
Listen,
there's already people saying,
I don't know how those video feeds got into the booth. They were just there when he got there. They happened to be of practice of the other team. It's fine. Nothing was recorded on his phone. It's fine. That was for Cinch.
Yeah. You can't insult Tom Brady on our podcast. Cinch, we'll come for you.
Hey, this will make you happy. How about this?
What's that?
David Njoku said he is not going to re-sign with the Browns, and it's time for a new home. Maybe he will be a chief. That is the least shocking statement
That's the least shocking statement I've ever heard in my life. Someone saying I have an opportunity to leave the Browns and taking it. Shocking. It's just no. I can't blame him, and more power to him. Where does he go? I don't know. I think tight end might be one of the positions that's even thinner than quarterback right now in terms of like positions you gotta have. I know Cinch is very, very much always, you got to have the quarterback first. I think the Sam Darnold resurrection over the last 2 years, his play in Minnesota and now winning a Super Bowl in Seattle, has shown that the quarterback is important, but the quarterback can be rehabbed.
Yeah.
They don't have to be great out of the box.
Just needs the right spot.
He needs the right spot. But I look at tight end and I look at the tight ends. And I'm like, this was a dismal year for tight ends. Absolutely dismal year for tight ends. So I think there's something to be said for David Njoku having a market. That being said, the tiers of tight ends, there's like one or two guys, and then there's like 15 guys all in the middle. It is a very crowded middle ground. So if David Njoku can go somewhere that he can differentiate himself and stay healthy and contribute, I think he can have a really, really good impact. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. But all right, we're out of time. Craig, final thoughts.
We're at final thoughts in the offseason. Enjoy the offseason,
Touch some grass.
Touch some grass, baseball's spring training has started. It's, we can mock Sean soon, very soon. So,
whoa, I'm a Mets fan too.
Yeah, but it's more fun to bother him. So,
because he's really upset. See, the difference between me and Sean and Cinch. Cinch is the hopeful Met fan. Yeah, we're all Met fans. We're all New York Met fans, born and raised, 40 years at this point. Cinch is the hopeful but realistic Met fan.
Yes.
I think they're going to be really good. They're not good. Okay, here's why, and here's what we need to change.
Yep.
I am the pessimistic Met fan. Nothing good will ever come from this team. We have been born into this life to suffer and perish in it. And all we can do is hope that whatever crushing blow the Mets deal to us this season, it comes early enough that we don't have hope come like September.
Right. Yes.
Sean is the eternal optimist. The Mets could lose their first 45 games, and Sean will still say, but our magic number is down to like 122. No,
yeah.
No, we're not making. Yeah. Oh, we could do this. Oh, yeah. He is the eternal optimist. And as the eternal optimist in the group, when it does inevitably come that the Mets disappoint him, he is crushed way more severely than any of us.
Yes. Sometimes it's very entertaining.
As a matter of fact, Craig is the only member of our podcast team because the Source is a Met fan too.
He is. I feel like the Source is also a realist. He's somewhere between you and Cinch. Like somewhere in there.
He is. He's the pessimistic realist. Yes. He's the pessimistic realist. He understands that pain is the way, but he still believes that once in a while karma matters.
Yes.
Yeah. And I appreciate that out of all of them. The bottom line is we were born to suffer.
Yep. We
were born to watch hope come and go and evaporate in an evil cloud every year.
Yep.
And yes, this is a terrible time of the year for Sean. And for Cinch, and not so much for me. I just try to let them enjoy it.
And I'm the lone Yankees fan, but I'm a realist about it.
Yes.
So it's fine.
Yeah. My final thought is that we're at the end of February, which means it is time for March Madness.
Yes.
It is basketball time, bitches. Let's get some college games going. I watched Arizona versus Houston this past weekend. My God, what a great game. You can feel the intensity is coming up for these kids. It's starting to feel like every game is a must win, even though they're not. They're still in league play. So, yes, go out and enjoy some college basketball because it is just – I can't watch the NBA. I can't. It's too player focused. But college is still in that place for me where I can sit and enjoy it. So, and if you sat here and enjoyed this, we would love for you to leave us a review. Apple Podcasts, whatever podcast directory you found us on, a review really helps us out. So please leave us one. You can also reach out to us. We're easily available via email. We're at fignutsdfs@gmail.com. Again, that's fignutsdfs@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. So we enter into the off season. Craig and I now have, let's see, this is February. So we got March, April, May, June, and we've got about 4.5 months before we got to start prepping for the draft.
Yes.
And then it starts all again. It just starts again. Oh my God. But this is the life we have chosen. I mean, what do you say?
Yeah.
Other than hi Deb. Gotta say hi to Deb. Did you see the video I sent her today, by the way?
No. I'll have to watch it.
In the gaming thread, I found a video. It's a Minions thing where it talks about how females vent stress, and the Minions are doing like good idea, bad idea, and all the good ideas are scenes from Stardew Valley, and all the bad ideas are like women crying to their friends or going to therapy. And I'm like, yep, that's our friend Deb. Deb loves her Stardew. She can blame us. That was our fault. It was our fault. She had never heard of the game before Craig and I started playing it on Twitch, and then all of a sudden it was like, now she's run like 4 times as many farms as we have. So I think she's married everyone in the village at least once.
Yeah, she has a whole Stardew journal thing.
Yeah, she keeps track of what she does. Yeah. Oh my God, do you remember her trying to get to the bottom of the mines?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
She? I don't remember if she did.
She did, but she was like, for a while, she was like, how the hell do you get to the bottom of the mines? Everything attacks me while I'm looking for stairs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know, you can craft the stairs, right? And she literally crafted 100 stairs and was like, fuck this. When did the door just started dropping stairs?
Yeah, I think the only thing she said she cheated on was fishing because she hates it.
She hates fishing. She hates fishing. Oh, awesome. Anyway, we will see you guys soon. As we are in off-season mode, we probably do not record every week, but we will record whenever we are able and whenever there's news to bring to you guys. So in the meantime, everybody have a great week and stay safe out there. My name is Britt.
I'm Craig.
And we are the Football Fignuts Podcast.